Morning student, I'm Rose. Today we are in the fifth session of this chapter, that is standard 6. Standard 6, Geography, chapter 5, Major Domains of the Earth. Okay, in the last videos we have learned about the lithosphere, we have learned about the hydrosphere. In lithosphere we have learned the different continents of the Earth's surface, and in the hydrosphere we have learned about the various water bodies which are present on the Earth's surface, and we have learned about the major oceans of the Earth. Yes or no? So in this topic we are going to learn about the atmosphere. Okay, so atmosphere is one of the major part of the Earth's surface, and it is very necessary for the survival of the living being. For the survival of the living being. So if you talk about this, atmos actually came from a word Latin and Greek, from the atmosphere, from the word atmosphere, which means atmospheres. We can say the vapor, and sphere means we can called as the globe. So this is the meaning of atmos. Atmos means vapor, and sphere means the globe or the layer above the earth's surface. Okay, so actually if you talk about, if you define it, or if you say that what is atmosphere, it is actually a layer of gases or layer of air which surrounds our planet, which surround the earth's surface, which surrounds the earth's surface. Okay, and it provides us various life gases or breathing gases, like we say carbon dioxide and oxygen. Then it also protects us from the harmful ultraviolet rays from the sun. Okay, so if you talk about this composition, or we can say how the atmosphere is made up of, if you talk about, it is made up of various gases or various mixture of gases, like we can say oxygen, then you have nitrogen, carbon dioxide, neon, hydrogen, ozone. Okay, so here are some of the examples which is given here, due to which it is atmosphere is made up of. Okay, so if you talk about what we call the uses of the atmosphere, that means how it is useful for the living organism, or the things or the organism which are living on the earth's surface. First of all, if you talk about the O2, or we can say oxygen, it is, we can write the form of a chemical formula, that is the O2, and it is very essential for the breathing. It is very essential for breathing, and that is why it is called the life gas. That is why it is called the life gas. And for the survival of the living organism, it needs the oxygen for breathing. It needs the oxygen for breathing. Next, if we talk about the nitrogen, even this is the chemical formula of the nitrogen. You can see it helps us for the growth of the living organism. Any living organism, it needed nitrogen for the growth. Okay, so nitrogen we doesn't take it directly, but we take it indirectly through the plant. So we take through the plant in the form of a protein, like these are pulses. Okay, so these are the this is how we take. Okay, so that is why it is helpful for the growth of the living organism. Living organism. Okay, next is the CO2, that means the carbon dioxide. It absorbs the heat radiated by the earth. Okay, so for example, sun rays, when it falls on the earth's surface, when earth heated up, it radiates some of the heat. So what happened? This carbon dioxide trap the heat, and after that, what happened? This keep us warm. This keep us warm, and also help in the growth of the plant. It is CO2, or we can say carbon dioxide is helpful for the growth of the plant. And if these are the three main gases which is very important for the survival of the living organism. Okay, and as we know, it is made up of different gases and dust particles and water vapor. These all three gases, other gases and dust particles and water vapor are also present on the air. Okay, so this helps us in various ways. For example, this dust particle is also called the hydroscopic nuclei. Why? Because this is the center of the air. Okay, because this center part, or the center form of the rain, and which bring the rainfall to the earth's surface. We bring the rainfall to the earth's surface. That is why it is called the hydroscopic nuclei. For example, if you talk about, when you keep your hand above the boiling water, okay, you can see the wasp. Yes or no? And this wasp, when it's being stuck by the hand, in your hand you can see some of the water droplet. Yes or no? So water vapor automatically it will fall off in the form of a water droplets. So same as this dust particle also act as the same thing. Okay. So what happens when the water evaporates from the surface of the ocean or the rivers? What happens when it goes up? These air particles act as a barrier, so that the water vapor is being attracted, or we can say it is forms a water droplet, get condensed with the help of a dust particles, and when it cools down, it comes down in the form of a water droplets. So this is how it's as the dust particle. That is why it is called the hygroscopic nuclei. Okay, now we are going to talk about the different layers of the atmosphere. There are different layers of the atmosphere, and this is arranged according to the weight or the mass of the air. So how much the heavy the gases will be, that much the layer gases will be on the down part, and how much the lighter the air is, that much it will rise up. So whichever the light air is there, it is present on the above surface, that means exosphere, ionosphere, or mesosphere, and which is the heaviest, or we can say heavier gases, it is present in the troposphere and the stratosphere. Okay, so in the stratosphere, we can say these are the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere. This is ionosphere, and the exosphere. Okay, these are the 5 layers of the atmosphere, and this is arranged according to the weight or the mass of the air. Okay, so in the troposphere, if we talk about, this is the first layer above the Earth's surface, and it contains heavy gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and these are the main gases which is present in the troposphere. So these all gases are actually needed for the survival of the living organism. Okay, as we know, oxygen helps us in breathing. Even carbon dioxide helps in breathing for the plant. Carbon dioxide helps us for the help us keep us warm. Okay, so as we discussed in the function of we can say working of or uses of different atmospheric gases. Yes, sir. So these heavy gases are present on the atmosphere, which is only 20 km above the Earth's surface. Next layer we are going to learn about the stratosphere. This is 50 km above the Earth's surface, and it contains a ozone layer. And this ozone layer protects us from the ultraviolet rays, that is, we can say harmful rays, which is coming from the sun. Okay, so and here in this layer, we can say some of the jet, or we can say aeroplane fly through this stratosphere. Okay, next layer we are going to learn about the mesosphere. Mesosphere is 80 km above the Earth's surface, and you can say and from this layer, what we call temperature starts to decrease. And in between this stratosphere and mesosphere, there is one of the radio waves, which is helpful for the radiation of the various purpose, for various communication purpose. It is useful. Okay, so this mesosphere is about 80 km above the Earth's surface. Now we are going to talk about that is the ionosphere. And this is the 4th layer of the atmosphere, and we can say it is 400 km above the Earth's surface. It is 400 km above the Earth's surface, and it reflects the radio waves, and it is also helpful for the communication purpose. And it also radiates the radio waves. Okay, so that is why like we can say various satellites are being present on the ionosphere. It is being present on the ionosphere. Then last we are going to talk about the exosphere. It is the outermost layer of the atmosphere, and this is being connected by the universe. And you can say it is 750 km above the Earth's surface. Okay, so this is that means this merges with the we can say connect with the universe. Okay, so these are the various layers of the atmosphere. Okay, now we are going to learn about the density of the atmosphere. Now we are going to learn about the density of the atmosphere. So in density of atmosphere, we are going to learn something about the weight of the atmosphere. Weight of the atmosphere, or we can say as the air is always varies from place to place. That we are going to learn in this topic. Okay. So as we know, this refers, or we can say this density of air refers to the what we call water vapor present on the air. Water vapor present in the air. Okay. So where the water vapor is so much high, the weight of the air is so much heavy. Okay, weight of the air rises, or we can say mass of the air rises. Okay, so that is what it is talking about in this topic. Okay, so how much the water vapor is contained in the air, that much the mass of the air increases. That much the weight of the air increases. Okay, so as we know, this is the mixture of various gases, yes or no, and it is being held by the gravitational force of the earth's surface. For example, this is the air, and this is the thin layer of the atmosphere, and it is being held by the gravitational force. It is being held by the gravitational force. So gravitational force is actually the force which is present on the earth's surface, present on the earth's surface or interior of the earth, which it acts as a magnet. It acts as a magnet. Okay. So whichever things is around the earth's surface, this force attract the things towards itself. That is why this atmosphere doesn't split away. Okay, doesn't split away because it is being attracted by the gravitational force. Okay, so as we know, this atmosphere, or we can say density of air, or we can say weight of the air, what we call we can say mass of the air varies from place to place. Okay, so how much this dense, or we can say water vapor content, air which is containing water vapor is always heavier than the air which is not having water vapor, or we can say thin air. Okay, so mainly this water vapor content, or it is water vapor content air is also called the dense air. Okay, so this dense air is present mainly on the surface of the ocean, above the surface of the ocean. Due to what happened, what happened there, you can say if the density of the water vapor increases, that means the pressure decreases. So you can say that this air varies from place to place. If we talk about the air above the land surface, land surface, the air above the earth surface doesn't contain any water vapor. Due to what happened, it is the weight of the air is so much light. The weight of the air is so much light above the land surface, and the weight of the air above the, we can say mass of the air above the ocean is so much high because it contains large amount of water vapor. Okay, so if we talk about the density above, we can say above the how much the that means above the mountain area, or we can say if the land is so much high, like this, like we say mountains. If the land is high, so density of the, or we can say dense air, or we can say density or the weight of the air decreases. Here due to the what happened, their mountaineers, the people who climb the mountains, what people suffer from the breathing problem, because the air above the land, this high land, that means becomes so much thin. Due to that what happened, it is very difficult for the breathing. That is why they carry the oxygen back to with them. Okay. So if we talk about that, is another topic is the movement of air. As I told you, that means air varies from place to place. Movement of air. So as we know, as I told you that air varies in different places. That means if the land of the air above the land is so much thin and light, and above the ocean is so much dense, because the water vapor in that air is so much it is. Due to that, what happened, the weight of the air becomes so much high, or mass of the air becomes so much high. Okay, so what happened when this that means when in the air above the land surface, what happened, it has so much high pressure, because the air above the earth surface is so much thin and light. Okay, so what happened, automatically what happened, to cover up this kind of air, when the air becomes so much light, this rises up. To cover this space, what happened, the high pressure, or we can say dense air come to fill up this space. So this is how the movement of the air does. Okay, so this movement of air is also called the wind. The movement of air is also called the wind. Okay, so this air moves from one place to another, from low pressure belt to high pressure, or we can say high pressure belt to low pressure belt. So this is how the movement of air happens. So next topic we are going to talk about the biosphere. Thank you.